What is up, ninjas? My name is Zen World, and in today's video we're going to be looking at a brand new sound set I just finished called Deceiver Diva Edition Volume 2. It's going to contain 155 Diva presets to unboomerize Diva because there's just too many 80 sounds in it, and also 5 construction kits, as I know how much you guys love those. As always, guys, if you want to support the channel, this is the best way to do it. It allows me to make amazing sounds for you guys, and you guys support my work so that I can do this for a living. And again, I hope you guys enjoy the sounds. Now, the process of creating these sounds, guys, is pretty simple. I like to go and look for tracks that are doing really well. I'll go onto playlists like these, Tech House Music 2023, as well as Beatport. For example, one of the sounds that I put in here was a Dom Dollar lead sound, which you can hear in the beginning of his drops, which is essentially like a filter. Another bass I created, requested by Million, which is like a big tech house producer. Maria Take It Deep. He needed a saw bass for this, which is in the pack, which would allow him to go down below E, because as you start going into D sharp, D, etc., it gets really hard to. Let's start with the Arps, guys. So the Arps are pretty simple. They're going to be running around 1.8, 116, and the idea of these is just to play it out. I'm just hitting one note. And then from there you can do ARPy things like play multiple notes at once. It's a cool sound. As we move along, we have a couple of those. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you can hold multiple notes or you can hold one. It just depends how you want to use it. From there, we have Automate Envelope 2DK, which is probably one of my favorite ones. Now, it says automate decay because what I want you guys to do, and when you're using this patch, is to use it Matroda. Truth X Slice inspired sound, which a lot of people have been asking for. From there, we move on to the basses, which again, they're all going to be referencing songs. For instance, Ayo Homie is referencing AYYOB track, which is going to sound like. And when using basses, if there's effects, I recommend that you guys get rid of them if you don't like it, so that way you get more of it. Here we have a bass called I No Llores. Now, if you notice, strong bass with a unique modern bass mix, what that means is that when I make sounds, I try my best to make them usable out of the box. But one of the things that most top tech house producers right now are doing is they're adding more mid-lows into their basses versus sub. So one of the best kits in Diva to do this is going to be the Chord MS-20 kit, which utilizes this high-pass bite filter and this guy here. It allows us to put a lot of mid-lows into a sound. And makes it sound a little bit more modern instead of very subby. For example, if I get rid of that, yeah, it doesn't sound too good. So again, we got some basses like so. Here's one called Blow the Whistle. That's playing the lowest key you can go, which is the C before the death of the bass. So again, a lot of these are going to be very good if you're looking to make music in lower keys and you notice like, hey, some of these other patches I have don't really hit well down there. There's going to be a lot of these which are going to allow you to go down that low. Here's Cashmere Vase, inspired by Green Velvet track. He has another alias called Cashmere. This is what we're talking about. Look at that. Look at the mid-lows on that. But notice how it sounds. With the presets, that's what I want. I want them to sound good out of the box. I don't want to do mistakes in my sound design and have that be your work to fix. So a lot of these basses, again, there might be a couple where you might need to, but a lot of these, it's more about just enhancing them. Here's one called MK Fatality. Now, this is what I think Diva is the best at, these kind of sounds. Okay, so that's based on an MK track, Kiss My Boo Boo Better. That's what the track sounds like the late it's telling the guy to kiss the boo boo. Here's the Nightfunk bass, and this is what I mean about the Nightfunk bass. You know, I was obsessed with it because his tracks have a certain vibe to them that not a lot of people get. Look at this. This is a low end bass. Majority of you guys will use basses where you see this popping out more. But now look at the mid low. Look at the knock. Use this sound, I guarantee you will sound like Nightfunk. But again, the point of this is for you guys to go, okay, that's how he does it, so how can I make that mine? Okay, so we're going to move on to the chords. The chords, we're going to have a couple. There's not going to be that many because when it comes to chord stabs, Diva's an analog synth, so it's not the most exciting, and it doesn't have a lot of good effects to go with, but it is really good at sounding analog and giving you really clean signals to just destroy with your saturation. So here we have one by Blue Cheese Man. I think this is Blue Claire. Someone requested it. I do a lot of these sounds during live streams, so people can also see that I don't just rename presets. So again, always be on the lookout for that when purchasing sound banks. But here. So this one's going to be inspired by Chris Lake's, and I think I can show it. It's one of his tracks. It's not his biggest. I think it's Dublin. Figure out the keys, but all you really need to do is maybe add a bit of reverb, which we couldn't add to this because we had to use rotary, which is great for the sound because it has like a wow kind of pedal vibe to it and a phaser. So this allows the sound obviously a Paco Suna track someone requested. Stranko. It's a great sound. Look at how it sounds. This is what I mean. Diva is really good at these sounds. They're basic, but the fucking, you can feel that sound. Like it's just, it has so much body. From here we have a little ear candy section. I wish I would have done more to this section, but there's a couple of sounds to use. Inspired by Chris like Yuma, but I called it Boxer Cat. Warnings by Beltran. Okay, so this is one of the bass shots. I think he moves his around a little more. So yeah, you could use this as like he did in his famous track. But again, you are gonna have to automate probably the filters. This one's very interesting, a white top bass. So someone requested this because it was a track. I forget the name, but it had some really nice top into it. And he was like, how do you do that? I was like, you need a layer like this, and then you need to layer this. So all you really need to do there is go to the pickle patch, get rid of some of the high end on it, and that's how you're going to use this sound. You can also use it to add a bit of accentuation in the song, but don't get too carried away. I have one new student that does so much accentuation that you can get over. There we go, baby. Okay, so we got those. So those are going to be some of the ear candy ones. Here we have a couple of effects. So this one, it's from Eats Everything's track, Dancing. It's that sound. FX Metallic's Tom is probably my favorite effects here. This one you're going to have to layer as well. If you ever wondered how toms are created, this is a great patch to study for yourself. However, the intended use for it, if you listen to the demo, don't need no time, what? I don't know how I got like, you in my parking spot. Get it back, need you every day. Oh, from here we go to the knock section of the pack. It's not as big as the other Deceivers, but again, it doesn't need to be because I'm assuming you guys support Deceiver series and there's a ton of knocks already, so... Okay, so from there, we're going to go into the leads. There's going to be a lot of leads in this pack. So if you're looking for that lead, maybe you might find it here. Now, I took inspiration from a lot of different kinds of house music, tech house generic versus even some Martinez Brothers. So check them out. This one is by the artist Asakea. It was an operator on the Spotify playlist, which a lot of people look too highly, so we made the sound from. Dollar sweep. So again, these are recreations of tracks, but you can still use them as intended, or I recommend to study a little bit of sound design if you can. So that way, if you have this, you can always do this. Make it your own, in essence, reshape it. So it's a good sound. I mean, it's known to work. Dom Dollar used it in his remix for Gorillaz, and that track went off. Simple sound, but again, you can study it. Here's a Tom and Newson one inspired by one of his tracks where I think he uses my voice. I'm not too sure. It's a UK house sound, but you can use it before a P-drop. The full lead inspired by Volak. For whoever. I love this song. It's by Martinez Brothers and Toki Monster or something. Yeah, I don't understand it either, but it got signed to Fisher's label, so there's a sound inspired by it. Not super exact. Mine's is a little more open, but I'm pretty sure some of you guys can figure that out, how to use it. It's like a porno gone wrong. I smell you. I forget how the melody goes, but this is the lead. It's a very nice Steamers. Again, this is a nasty lead. Inspired by a techno release. Inspired, I think, by Producer X. Oh, I forgot I made this one. This is probably one of like the first ones in the pack, but oh my god. Here's a lead inspired by Sam Smith's Disclosure remix. Well, the original. I forget the lead they play, but I'm pretty sure this is how they made it. It just needs to be mixed better. Here's a very weird layer to put on top of your bit. Or to use however you please. Here's one of my favorite sounds. Now, I don't know if this will work. I made this one. I wasn't inspired by anything, but I think it sounds super sick. The Yuma Tent one, I don't know how to play the melody, but there it is. '80s lead. Inspired by the movie Bruno. Okay, here's some Plucks. I'll keep it between us. Play it at low octave. And those are going to be some of the Diva Serum presets. I didn't go over all of them, but if you enjoyed any of them and you can see yourself using them in your own music, consider supporting the pack at EvoSounds.com. Now we're going to move on to the last part of the pack, which is the construction kits. There's going to be a total of 5 construction kits. They're all going to have a build-up, a drop, and that's how they're going to be put. So here's a few previews of the ones we have.
I don't even really like party to have a good time. You can sneak anything in your bag.
Here we go.
Do not attempt to leave the dance floor.
Alright guys, and that is going to be the pack. Now for the construction kits, we throw everything out there. They're going to be stemmed out, so if you like the synths and you just want to take a couple of one-shots here and there to fill up your track, that's the best way to use them or to start songs. Other than that, if you enjoyed the pack, you can support it over at EvoSounds.com, and as always, you guys have a great rest of your day, and thank you guys so much for your support on my sound design work.